back to Inside the Runner Studio. I'm your host, Tom. With me, as always, are Aaron, Michael, and Diana.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
This is our mini episode series where we get to know our folks from our community. And today we have our friend Angie. Angie, say hello.
Hey, everyone.
So basically, the format of this is that we have a set of random questions, some running related, some not running related. And we're just going to go round robin and ask you a bunch of questions and get to know you. But let's start off with, I guess, who you are and where you're from. And I already said your name, so spoiler alert.
Hey, everybody. My name is Angie Maloney. I am born and raised in Illinois. I moved out to Maryland for a number of years, which is where I met Tom and Diana. They used to work with my husband, and recently just moved back to Illinois. So I'm back in the homeland again.
We're going to start the questions.
Yep.
Cool. Go ahead.
Diana.
Right. I think I'm kicking us off. So, Angie, when do you run? Are you a morning, midday, or evening runner?
So I'm kind of a whenever I work up like the nerve to run runner. I should get up early in the morning and run so it's not hot, but then I want coffee and I want my breakfast, and then I've had my coffee and my breakfast, so I can't go. So I'm usually running after 10 and like before 7.
Okay. A wide variety.
A window.
Yeah. Well, and you guys, I've been watching that you guys run kind of in the evening. I'm always thinking, God, it's so hot when you're out there.
So yeah, we started doing night runs when we were training for the Ragnar because everybody has to run at least one segment of that relay at night.
Yeah.
So we will sometimes run after dark in the evening, so long as we didn't eat too much and drink too much at dinner.
Makes sense.
Those are the rules.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
All right. So when you see another runner coming towards you, what do you do?
I'll glance up at them to see if I'm making eye contact with them. And if they're clearly in their zone and not trying to socialize with other people, then I'll usually just pass them. But if we lock eyes and I'm not horribly out of breath, I'll usually say hey, good morning. Look at the hills. I'll make a bad joke about you're almost there. If I'm dying, I just do the little one hand up wave thing.
That's the best way to go. So what's your go-to post-run food or drink?
After really long runs, there's a protein drink that I buy from the grocery store. I can't remember the name of it now. Something Farms. That I'll drink. And if I'm low on salt, pretzels are probably my other go-to if I need to get the sodium and the carbs back in the system.
Those are good.
Right. What's one goal that drives you the most to run?
I do a lot of running just for mental health purposes. It's kind of just a bit of me time. That's always been the big driver, even when I'm not training for any sort of a race or distance goal or anything like that. I think just taking some time out of the day to do something that I can control and for me is pretty important.
It's been a popular answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the me time answer. Just you just get out there on your own. So you run for yourself and for that me time, but sometimes it doesn't go super well. Can you tell us what your worst day running was, whether it was a race that was just terrible or just a bad day out there?
Yes. In summer 2014, I was training for my first and only marathon, and I was also getting married that summer in August. So I needed to get it was the first 20 miler or something that I had ever done.
Oh,
and
God.
I was also trying to lose a little bit of weight for my wedding dress. So I had been going like pretty low carb, and this is the first time that I'd ever tried a low carb diet. Like low carb diet. It's summer in Baltimore.
Oof.
I've already confessed that I'm not the best at getting up early for my runs. So, I roll out of the house at like 10 a.m. It's 80 degrees to start. And it was just like right off the bat, like the first mile was hard.
Oh, God.
Like I'm out of breath. When I'm running comfortably, I don't usually start like needing to like walk in between my miles for like the first 3 miles. And I wanted to stop and take a drink at like my first like half a mile. And I don't have water with me to be pacing myself like that. And it was just awful because I was stressed about the wedding. I was stressed about the bar. I was stressed about this training. And then I felt, garbage on top of that. And I was running like a pretty purely out and back loop. So, mile 12, there's nothing for it but to get all the way back to my house. And I just felt like crap the whole way.
Oh boy, that sounds terrible.
Just the worst. And I just like, it's so interesting because I always feel like people always like put on weight. I hear like during their first marathon is like the really common thing. So to try and lose weight while you're like training for your first marathon, I couldn't even imagine.
It's because you think you can eat anything, right?
Yeah. I got home, I ordered like enough Indian food for 3 people, ate it all, took a cold shower, and then like fell asleep the rest of the day.
Yep.
That sounds right. All right.
You made a comment about having Indian food and then running, and we were a little trying to figure out whether or not you ate the Indian food before you went on a run.
That
makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Well, that was what they were running for. I think that was like.
No, my stomach is actually very sensitive to like what I eat before I run, how long it's been since I've eaten. So no, there's no.
Yeah, I've done that experiment.
If I've eaten anything other than like a granola bar, like within an hour before I run, it's going to be bad times. So definitely not Indian food.
All right, we're going to move on to the non-running questions and the
random questions.
Yeah, going random. What is one incredibly common thing that you have never done?
I've never smoked. I've never tried.
I feel like that's pretty common.
I feel like it was very commmmon it's not as common these days because I guess people care more about their health.
Like
but growing up, I feel like in our age group, it was definitely very common.
All right, what song will be played on a loop in heaven and/or hell?
Oh, so in hell, it's the New Direction song. It's like you don't know you're beautiful.
Don't tell Tom that. That's on Tom's heaven.
Show's over. Cut the mic.
I can't stand it.
He likes Harry Styles.
Oh my gosh.
I like Harry Styles
One
too,
Direction. Okay. Oh, okay.
That's such a One Direction. Yeah. I just find that such a unappealing thing to tell a lady.
It's really not. It's not good.
You said New Direction. I was all excited for a Glee song.
What do you have an answer for the heaven, or do you just want to go with the hell?
Heaven, I'd say Under Pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
answer.
Killer.
Redemption Round.
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite way to waste time online?
Definitely Facebook. I see friends who are like, life's too stressful. I'm logging off for 3 weeks to do a cleanse. And I can't relate to that at all.
Diana and I's favorite thing is when people announce that they're leaving Facebook.
I've done
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm with you. I spend way too much time on Facebook.
All right. Are we bringing it back to me? Is it me?
Yeah.
All right. So we're not going to ask you all of James Lipton's favorite questions from inside the actor's studio, but we will ask you, what turned you on, Angie?
Don't make it weird.
How can I not?
True.
Broad shoulders and a well-turned calf.
Wow.
Wow.
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
So then
what turns you off?
Unkindness. Talking about like how to select a partner. I think, I don't want to be with somebody who's going to be mean
There you go.
or inattentive.
All right. And then we have one last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I think I would most want to know that the people who I care about who have already passed on are there before me.
Oh, that's really nice.
That's really nice. Diana's about to start crying.
No, I mean, things that made Diana cry. I feel like I would have had just like a ridiculous answer, and that was a really nice answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have time. What's why don't we do what's your favorite curse word? We have not hit the 15-minute mark, so we got to do curse word.
Sure. So this is from a series of books that I really like, but it's
Wow.
Well, okay then.
I like that.
Just to call someone that?
yeah. Like I get out of court and the prosecutor's been, doing things that I don't like. It's like those.
That's amazing. I feel like
it's the best one.
Yeah, I feel like we're ending on a high note.
Oh, hell yeah.
Angie, thank you so much for coming on and doing this.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Angie, we appreciate it.
Any parting words of wisdom for us?
To be quite serious, because my husband and I were just talking about this on our way back from our run, is that make running fun for yourself at all times. I feel like that's the best way to stay in the sport and stay healthy and stay mentally happy, is that, any run counts, no matter how slow, no matter whether it turns into a walk, just keep it fun.
I agree. That is excellent advice. Do you have anything you want to plug? Social media, Strava, anything out there that you want to plug? If not, no big deal.
Yeah, I really don't. I appreciate you guys creating this little podcast. I've been having a lot of fun listening to it.
Awesome. Thank you. We appreciate that feedback.
Yeah, you can thank Tom and Aaron. They're the puppet masters.
Yeah,
it's mostly Tom who was like, I really want to do a podcast.
And then they did all the work.
Well, that's the best way to go about it, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. Well, bye, Angie. We'll catch up later.
Bye.
Bye.